All right, this is a small demo of my Swarm technology, my AI Swarm technology, or as I like to call it, my cognitive Swarm technology, as it is today. Here I have a prompt, first in Norwegian, Swarm new, based on this blueprint. This new project is about how small municipalities in Norway, blah, blah, blah. I also have given a note to the AI about numbering. All right, I start a Claude instance. So let me just start that. And then I will do this. And then I will hopefully it can manage it. So let me start by reading the blueprints and doing research on the theme. Research best practices, Nordic Norwegian contexts, attract new residents, and worst population trends. Great. So it's doing its research. I'm using Opus 4.6 with Claude Max in my VA folder, which has quite extensive context. Yeah. So this is 366 numbers in this cycle. And the date is wrong, but that doesn't matter. So it's doing its research now, and hopefully it will give me some good, well, decent output. I've asked for at least 25 cases, so the cases should be okay. Diversity of cases. I don't know how this demo will be, but we will see. And I will try to not do any tricks or editing of this video and just talk through the whole process. So what's happening now is doing its research 1 minute 30 seconds now, and I'm just waiting for that research to finish. Then it will start creating the folder, creating the axis, as I call it, and there are 5 of those axes, sort of categories of words, and within those 5 there are some words which I call seeds. Those seeds are, how should I put this? Those seeds are in a collection of 5, creating the filter that the individual instance in the swarm are working with. Excellent research. Let me now check the template structure and set up the project. And hopefully it remembers that the prefix number is 41, but if not, well, then it will not. So I've done 40 cycles with this before. I'm pretty happy with the results. I do consider the current version of my Swarm technology to be version 0.4. So I still have a lot of way to go before version 1.0. Yeah, so this is on my private, this has nothing to do with my work as such, even though I'm also talking about Claude and Anthropic at my work, but I am doing this in my spare time. This is my spare time project in the last months. I started using Claude Code in November, and when Opus 4.5 came in end of November, I was just really surprised positively. Okay, let me set up the project. 41. Okay, so did that. That's great. Configure everything. Let me write the Claude and the initdb with all seeds and cases. So what it's doing now, it's creating the structure for my work with this model. I started a few minutes ago, and I'm recording everything. Yeah, I guess it needs to do something else. It'll figure all of these things out. If it has errors, it will, work with it. So, do I consider this to be intelligence? Yes and no. Yes, because the output sometimes is quite intelligent? No, because I actually consider all of my instances to be like pixels on a screen, pixels on a monitor. They are cognitive pixels, cognitive specks of dust that I create some value out of in the constellation of pixels, in the constellation of those, particles. Okay, almost 5 minutes now. Hopefully the pre-launch will be okay. And yeah, so 4.6, Opus 4.6 is good. I'm happy with that. I'm also really happy with Sonnet 4.6 that was launched, I think it was last week. Sonnet 4.6 is really good for my swarms, so to speak, my swarm technology. This is, of course, just the way I use these tools. There are a million different ways of using Cloud Code or Anthropic or Copilot or ChatGPT or Codex or all the tools out there. So I'm not saying that this method is like the best out there, but it's something I really like myself. 5:37 now. What else do I want to say? So yeah, I started using Cloud Code end of November. Before then, I've been using different tools. I experimented with AI. I was late in the game. I came to starting using it daily when ChatGPT launched end of November 2022. And yeah, let me read the files first so I can write to them. This is basic stuff. And yeah, it's really good. Are there problems with this technology? Yes, all over the place, but I'm back on Instagram. No, not Instagram. Hell no. I'm back on LinkedIn. And this time around, I will try to be using it a bit more actively by showcasing some things I work on or something like that. So yeah. Oh, it's doing everything in English. That's fine. Yeah. This file, blah, blah, blah. Each flight uncovers new questions. These become new cases. Each iteration deepens the understanding. This is the entire point of Swarm. Not one, but iterative deepening. And that's one of the things I do with this. I try to create these iterative cycles that give me value down the line. Okay, 17K tokens so far in this process, and then 7 minutes. It takes time, but I accept that time spent. Target. So these are this is the domain. Limited jobs, poor broadband, long distances, lack of services. Well, maybe not poor broadband is that big a risk. I don't know what Bolist programs is. International parallels. €1 houses. Yeah, I remember that. Finnish realist movement. Okay. Almost 8 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it takes time, but I could have done this off screen, but I wanted to show the process, basically. The self-reinforcing cycle. Swarm launches, ID, mode, model, instance count, status launched at, individual outputs, what instance produced, instance ID, case ID, and so on. And there's also confidence level on the output. It is pretty slow this time. I don't know what's going on. Normally it's like 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes to do everything. So it creates a database. I think it's an SQLite database. So yeah, let me verify the output looks good. All right. So it generates the cases, and let me see now. It's done. Stakeholders, approach, time frame, scale, success. Yeah, it's good that success metrics are one of the 5 keywords. All output in English, 15 normal and 15 high. Okay, let me go back to my Obsidian. So here we have 41 rural revitalization. How small rural is in Norway? 1,000 to 5,000 inhabitants suffered. Okay. Yeah. So it has quick start, time, 3 flight modes, models, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So let's look at the cases. Remote work attraction strategy. Yeah, why not? Copy. New window. And then, so this is, okay, I'll explain this. So this is focus. So all the instances in this swarm focuses on ID number 1, case number 1. And they are Sonnet, so it's not Opus or Haiku, and the number is 9. So I hit enter. So then 3 by 3 comes up. And let me just zoom in on one of them. So Command Shift Enter. Elderly resident, incentive, seasonal, municipal, quality of life. Good. Let me try this one. Entrepreneur, that's good. 5-year, household, youth retention, and so on. So let me just let these 5. The swarm 1 is now working. Okay. And then I go to swarm case free building lot program design. Try living prøvebo. Yeah, it doesn't have the Norwegian Ø, but I think we all understand what it wants to say. Oops. Spotlight, please stop it. Yep, that's case number 2, or the second case I want to take this time. And one stop, universal fiber, but unique campaign targeting formative. Yeah, this is good. I like this one. Okay. So now I have 27 of these instances working at the same time. Let me do case number 9 as the last of this cycle. Because I don't do more than 36 in this 3x3. The computer it has 16 gigs of RAM. It's an M5, but it starts to become slow after 4 of these. Okay, let me zoom in and see, zoom out, I mean, what's going on with these. So worked for 140. So all of them are done. So then I say quits. Oh, it's not done. Okay, it had a problem with mayors. Okay. Yeah, debrief is fix the bug. Yeah, okay, good job. So I'll say quit for all of them and exit. Oh, trying once more time. Sometimes it doesn't capture it correctly. How are we doing here? All 9 done. Good. Quit. Later on, I will I will make the swarm land by itself and do everything by itself, but at this current point, I haven't done it yet because I sometimes like to double check how everything is before I quit and exit from that swarm. Okay. Yep. Okay. So all 4 of them are done. And let me now go to look at some of the outputs. So flight history. So we have 9 sonnets in 1 to 4 within a few minutes. This is the launch time, not landed time. The debrief is here. Remote workers and existing communities. So here you have the seed. So the 5 words chosen: elderly resident, incentives, seasonal, blah blah blah. There's quite a few pages of output. Terrorism without roots. Incentives are misaligned. What a single municipality can do today, and so on. Okay, let me move on. What else is open? Well, there are quite a few open cases here, of course, but one-stop relocation services. So let me try this with a different structure then. Okay, so this time I will try 20 sonnets. So you'll see how it looks with 20. And so it's 5 by 5. This is the maximum I can do with iTerm 2. If I had more monitors, I could have perhaps, well, of course, I could have more of these like I had before, 4 times 9. But in one window, I can only have 20. So I will let this one work. I think I can have 20 by 2 times 5 on 5. So let's try one more time with invest in local school as recruitment assets. Okay. It's interesting. There's a huge discussion in my city now about schools. Because schools are proposed to be closed. Okay. Because of depopulation or low population growth. Okay, so here I have 2 of these 5.5, and they're working on 2 different cases. And yeah, while they work, I will have more of the output. Yeah, this is the tourism one. Returnee campaign. Yeah, okay. Stop selling residency, sell experiments. Oh, yeah. Need permission to try. Competing on narrative. This is so important in my view. Okay, got it. So, what now? What now? What now? Okay, so they are working, the 2 of them. I think I can do 1/3. Let me do 1/3 and show you another process. So here I have 1 flight, so remote work attraction strategy. So 1 flight is done already within this case. So what I do now is I will do, if the computer can start working. No, it's throttling, it can't. Give me a second. Sorry about that. This is my that's what it's trying to do. Okay, got it. Got it. There you go. So here we are. I will have 4 opus. I'll show you how opus 4 works. So this opus 4 on this case, on the case where we already have something from before. I'll show you 1 second. So I'll zoom in on this one. So it reads 2 files. And what it does is that it reads former output from the previous ones on this case. So building on but not repeating the flight 1 findings. So this is one of the things I like about this system of mine. Okay. I think everything is done here. So I'll quit these 20. Okay. And then I will have exit on all 20 when it's done. I should have a script for this. I should just do it, not be lazy. All 20 are done. Yeah. Okay. And let me look at the other cases here. Yeah, youth retention engagement strategy. I like that. So let me do 20 on these. And it's starting by itself, so I can just move on. Okay, yeah, whatever. Housing company strategy. Let me just 9 of those. Yeah, I like this. The cabin population going to a different status. So 9 on those. Yeah. All right. Some cleanup, otherwise it becomes a mess. Yeah, I think this one is done. No, not yet. Okay. Childcare as recruitment weapon. Huh? Okay, yeah. It's reloading because it's updated. I think the last flights were updated at the bottom. So yeah, flight 10 with 9 sonnets, 20 sonnets for opus and so on. And yeah, national lobbying strategy for real policy. Yeah, let's do that. If I can. I don't want to stress the system too hard. Okay. What about you? Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Boom, boom. No, you're not. Waiting for the last straggler. The last instance during debrief. Done. Okay. Perfect. And exit. What about you? Okay. All right, so what's the point of all of this? So the point is that I get a lot of output, and then I do other processes to capture the essence of that output and have maybe top 50 or top 25 or top 100, um, you know, suggestions or whatever. It works for me. It's not perfect yet, but it works for me to get those different perspectives on whatever I'm working on or whatever I'm interested in, or whatever, you know. So it's like I said, it's still early in this process. I'm still doing this at version 0.4 at the moment, sort of alpha version. But I'm planning to make sort of a product out of this. Maybe a website, maybe an app, maybe not an app, I don't know. But try to make this kind of technology available for others so that they don't need to do it themselves, spending months like I did. Or maybe others could do it in one shot. That's funny, but yeah, it's a pretty good system for me. At least this is how I use Claude Code these days, and it's fun. It's fun to also develop how this system works. I could create the scripts by just explaining what I want, and then the Opus 4.5 or 4.6 will be able to do it most likely. So yeah, let me pause and create some PDF files, and then we will look at some of the PDF files. So I created some PDF files. Here is flight 1 with 42 pages of output, and that's case number 1, remote work attraction strategy. So the output is time stamped. It has the different perspectives, so 2756, 2757, and so on. It has its unique seeds. It states what model it is, and so on, and the confidence level. And yeah, at the end you have the seed distribution with the seeds to this one. So if we go to the next one, let's say number 2. And the same thing there, 48 pages for trial living prøvebo with some perspectives. And the point with these outputs is that it can be used to, used in Notebook LM or used in Copilot for Microsoft 365 or whatever system people are using as input. I see actually the confidence is always 0.72, so that's a bug somewhere in the system. Funding architecture, and so on. And some of these I think some of these were, let's see the longest one, 96 pages is so big. Sonnets, 20, oh, that's because it's 20, of course, yeah, 20 sonnets, 96 pages of different stuff that is being created. So, I think I enjoy starting out with a prompt. In this case, the prompt was, where are you? I think it's number this one. Hopefully, yeah. In this case, the prompt was simply, this new project is also how small municipalities in Norway, blah, blah, blah. And of course, it's work. It takes time. It costs a lot of tokens and so on. Are paying for this service. But I really enjoy exploring AI in this level. So this is what I'm doing at the end of February 2026. All right. Thank you.